Hi, welcome to Polstone Retreat Centre. I'm Raj, and what we thought we would do is to do some short videos welcoming you to Polstone, welcoming you to our garden, to the house, and take you around to what are some of the magical spots of Polstone. And so I'm going to start with our fairy circle, then go to the Wellingtonia tree, take you to the tennis court, then to the vegetable garden, maybe the havan kund, then take you to around some of our trees here, and then after that the walled garden, then take you to the house. Hope you enjoy this journey. Real point of magic, which I really like when it comes to Polstone, is the fairy circle. And we think there's a lot of magic in the fairy circle. That's why we call it the fairy circle. If I really wanted to find points of inspiration with the group, this is where I find that a source of inspiration. It's lovely to be just chatting here for a group to come together and just coalesce. And this is the magic of the fairy circle. Welcome to Polstone Retreat Centre. Well, this is our Wellingtonia tree. Dips, come close, come close. I'm sitting under the shade of the Wellingtonia tree, and you know, it doesn't just give shade to me; it gives shade and protection to the whole of Polstone Retreat Centre. You know, we call it one of our main guardians. It's the wizard of Polstone Retreat Centre. There's a reason why it's a wizard, but let me show you first how wide the trunk of this amazing tree is. It just gives so much stability and strength to the whole of the space here. Look how massive this is. It's a great tree. Whoa. So nice, so nice. One of the reasons I think it's a wizard, because I liken the branches of this tree to a wizard's hat. So Divya, can you move back and let's look at this pyramid. Carry on back, right to the, let's see. Isn't it just grand? Part of the magic of this place, the guardian of Polstone. Thanks.
I think I might fall into the fairy circle if I'm not careful.
Welcome to Polstone Retreat Centre. So this is as you come to the house. This is to the left of the house. And what we have, this space we call the tennis court. It's not a tennis court, but it used to be a tennis court. But it's defined by its flatness. So you see, it's just this flat space. And this is where people sometimes camp. And if they want to get together as a group, this is a great area to get together as a group. If you want to do a yoga asana practice, again, a great space to do a yoga asana practice. And this is, of course, the border to the tennis court. And then we have one of our guardians here. Say no more. So this is, we're at the front of the house, and this is the view that you have at the front of the house. We have rolling landscapes. I think we had somebody come round many years ago who was a Feng Shui master, and they thought that the Feng Shui of this place was perfect for the work that we do here. And the work that we do here is transformation. It's about, you know, people coming here burdened by the world they live in, society, and they come here. A couple of days later, they go back being reminded of who they are. That's the magic of Polstone. And so we have rolling hills, and it's, in fact, on the other side, almost only a 10-15 minute walk, we have the River Wye, and we have a small beach, and then we have an iron bridge. And I'm told that actually this place is and a centre point of 3 very old churches. So its location is quite magical. So there tends to be animals in the paddock. In the summer we have cows. Sometimes you find horses here. And the views from the house. If you could take it to the front of the house. You can see there's very large sash windows. And the views are stunning. So on the ground floor, that's the library, that's the meditation room, and of course we have the bedrooms on the first and second floor. But the views are outstanding. And maybe you can hear it, but there's just silence everywhere. You have a chance to just hear your own thoughts rather than hear what's happening in the world around you. The silence here is palpable. It has a voice of its own, and you hear the voice of silence when you're in Poulstone. Hi, welcome to Polstone. So we've been closed since 25th of March 2020 for COVID. We're still closed, and we are hoping to open 29th of August. However, government announcements are telling us we need to be careful, so we are very careful. But in the meantime, I thought I'll take you around Polstone Gardens for a start. And secondly, I'm going to cook something, and I'm going to cook something from our vegetable garden. You know, the gardens look beautiful, and maybe this way I can still get you engaged with what's going on in Polstone. So here is our summer garden. As you can see, doing very well. Our pear tree, I can't stop eating pears from it, but looking lovely. Do you know, I think 3-4 years ago we thought this was dying, but it's really happy. Mulberry tree, I haven't seen so many fruits from the mulberry tree in the years that we've been running this place. And then we've got the fig tree. As you can tell, the fig tree is burdened by its fruit. The apple trees. We are painting the barn. I don't know if you can see, Jack is in there, he's painting away. So when we do open, let's hope that this place is welcoming again for you all. We had cherries this year. Again, I've never had cherries on this tree in the time that we've been here. The apple trees, again, the branches are overladen with fruits. We're hoping in the next couple of weeks to be able to harvest those trees, which it is. So I don't know what I'm going to cook today for you. It depends on what we've got here, and Raphael's going to take us through what we have here. So Raphael, tell us about the garden.
So I think we can cook today. We have some.
So you got to speak up, Raphael.
We have a set of courgette here, a set of rocket.
Yep.
Runner beans.
How are the runner beans doing?
It's doing really well. I think the suns are good enough to cover.
Yep.
There's some golden tomatoes here.
Yep. What's this here? Do you know, Raphael?
Oh, this flowers not
Okay.
ready yet.
Which way shall I go?
You kind of want going. The sunflowers that happened. And
Yeah, we have some onions, beetroot, the red one and the orange one.
So we can do with the onions. We can do with the beetroot. Did you say red and orange?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to look forward to taste that. And we've got courgettes here.
These are squash.
Squash.
Squash are not ready yet.
Okay.
And down here we can get some kale, some lettuce,
Spinach.
some carrot.
Carrots. Wow. Okay. And let's go this way. So we've got, again, what's this?
This is spinach.
Spinach, okay, and
The courgette here is very nice. It is turned into a marrow.
do you know, I love it. Okay, was that a courgette? Was that a courgette?
Yes.
So, or was that a marrow? It's a courgette. Let's turn to marrow. Do you know, it's one of my favorite Indian curries here, is a courgette that's turned into that's overgrown, and I think I will cook this. I'll make a curry out of this. It really is one of my favorite summer dishes. It's so juicy and so fresh, and it's lovely when it's freshly picked, because a lot of juices come out of that, and we use the juices to cook the subji. So let's do that. Let's get the beetroot as well. We'll cook the beetroot. We'll have spinach. We've got runner beans, so we'll do a runner bean subji, side of the beetroot, and spinach on the side as well. Maybe some kale and some salad.
You have 5 different types of lettuce to do salad.
Oh, go on. Well, can you talk me through it?
Get some potatoes. So Lolo Rosa.
My gosh, yes. Let's get all the salad. Let's get these 5 different
I have
salad
some
leaves.
bell peppers growing here too. Just 2 tiny ones. There's a melon growing here. Sugar snap beans.
Sugar snap beans.
And you've seen the squash growing.
No. And we got rhubarb here. This is
Chives.
sorry?
Chives.
Yeah.
Potato.
Potatoes. So, and Jibs, look at the pears. I mean, it's lovely. Do you mind if I just grab one too? My gosh. Look at these pears. Sage, which we grow for our own samagri, for havan. And of course we have the boys, who are very helpful. Say hi, boys. This is our very new havan kund. Wow. This is a present to us from Raphael. Raphael, thanks again. It's just amazing.
My pleasure.
This is amazing.
So tell us about it, Raphael. How did you build it?
Boys!
We had before that we had a normal fire pit with the circle of stones. So I just cleaned out the stones and dig a square hole, build a structure of bricks, and cover it with a mix of cow dung and wood and straw.
You did a mixture of cow dung,
Mud
mud,
and straw.
and straw.
Yeah.
And what
So-
inspired you to do that?
Well, the way the Hindus and they make the havan kund is so beautiful. So I wanted to make something similar here and inspire our practice.
So, okay, I think I know what we're going to cook this evening. So let's we'll take you to the kitchen after this. Looking forward to it. Okay, buongiorno. So I'm gonna make apple and mint chutney as well. Really looking forward to it. Oi. Double it. Perfect.
What are you gonna put in it?
Mint, a couple of apples, onion, lemon juice, salt,
Chili.
and chili from our gardens. We haven't shown you our chilies yet,
Garlic.
and our tomatoes, and our garlic, all grown here. I mean, it'll be completely grown chutney. My gosh, I'm really looking. Even thinking about my chutney is making me salivate. It's amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. And this is our tomatoes, lusciously red. I mean, they are just wonderful. Let me just try one. Look at that. Look at that. It is so juicy. Give you a try one. Here, Dibs. There you go. How does that taste? I mean, it's just, they're not tomatoes. They're sweets. Kids, you want sweets on a plant? Try freshly grown tomatoes. They're red and you put them into your mouth and it's burst, oh my gosh, colour, flavour. Oh wow. Chilies.
Any fresh chili too?
But kids, no fresh chili trying. It is very hot, lovely. And this is avocado. Avocado, great. So this is avocado.
Yeah, there's 3 avocado.
Oh my gosh. And then sage, lavender, roses, lavender. This, of course, all grown in the garden. What we do is we dry this and then we mix it for our samagri, for our havan practice. So most of the samagri that the herbs and the flowers for samagri are all grown at home and dried here at Polstone. And, yeah. Welcome to Raj and Raf. So we've got now garden produce from Polstone garden, and so let's go through what we've got at the moment. So figs from the garden, look at them. Pears, plums, potatoes, beetroot, more plums, gooseberries, cooking apples, mulberries, young grapes, chilies, tomatoes, apples, 5 salad greens, leaves. What's this, Raphael? Kale. Mulberries. I mean, look at the mulberries. I mean, they're just so sweet and tasty. Onions, mint, chives, my favourite, marrow, and runner beans. So what are we going to do with all this? Okay, I'm going to make 2 subjis. One's going to be marrow, runner beans and potatoes. I'm gonna mint and apple chutney, salad. I'm just gonna use the tomatoes, do nothing fancy with the tomatoes, just eat them by themselves, they're so delicious actually. Then of course we've got the leaves, we'll put that together. Onions, chilies go with the subji, 1 onion goes with the chutney. So let's prepare this for cooking. So I'm gonna wash my hands, get ready for the cook. And Raphael's going to help. Anything to add, Raphael?
No, perfect.
Is that okay? What are we going to do about the sweet, the pudding? I think we're going to ask Divya to do something with the figs. Maybe figs and honey, I don't know yet, but we'll get back to you on that. So watch the space. We're going to transform this so it looks, so we cut it all up and prepared it for cooking. See you in 5. Welcome back to Raf and Raj. And so we've cut up our garden produce. So I'm going to make subjis of potatoes and garden runner beans. Make sure your runner beans aren't fibrous, they're kind of soft. And you want to cut them about 2 centimeters in length. And try to make them as equal as possible. Potatoes, I've chopped 5 potatoes, that goes with the runner beans. The large courgette or marrow, make sure that you scrape away the inner fibrous part so you only have the hard outside of the marrow. I've cut up 5 garlics, so that's about 2 for each dish. And we're going to use 1 garden onion for both dishes, so that's half an onion each. I'm going to use 1 chili for both, and of course my spices. I'm going to use these. This is my Polstone spice tray. So we'll be using cumin seeds, coriander seeds. This is fenugreek seeds. Always use fenugreek seeds if you're going to be cooking with greens. And then I don't know yet, but I might use rye, but it depends how I feel. And the coriander powder, turmeric powder. My medium for oil will be ghee, homemade ghee, and I'm actually making ghee at the moment. So all you do is you get unsalted, we use organic butter, and you heat that on very low flame for about 1 hour, and maybe in the course of cooking, I'll show you how the ghee develops. Of course, if you're vegan, you may want to use oil instead. But I love ghee. I love the smell of homemade ghee. And then Raphael's going to make mint and an apple chutney. Over to you, Mr. Raff.
We have chopped apples, 2 kinds of mint, peppermint and spearmint. So a little bit of lemon juice, half onion. And we use 1 chili for the chutney too. Mix everything in the blender.
Yeah, and I suppose also make sure that the pans that you use, you've got lids for pans, because you don't want to cook them on a high flame, you want to cook them on a low flame. Let's get started, Raf. So I'm a really big fan of ghee. So for each dish, I kind of use maybe 2-3 tablespoons of ghee, and let the ghee melt. And you know, wow, look the smell. You want to be cooking with a very low flame. So let's work out which this one is. There we go. Low flame. You don't want to burn everything. And you want to, the ghee's frothing. Can you see the butter's frothing? So you know, ghee is clarified butter. So that's what you're removing to clarified butter. And then what you get is this cooking medium. And then what you want to do is over this way. We have cumin seeds. We call that jeera, and again, it smells lovely. And once the ghee's melted, warming up, the jeera goes in. And likewise with the other dish. In fact, it's exactly the same ingredients for both dishes. That's not warm enough, but let's wait and see. And when you can start smelling the aroma of the jeera, it starts to brown off. You add coriander seeds. I use about 1 tablespoon maybe of coriander in both dishes. You can actually smell the seeds, and you put half an onion into one. Let that sizzle away. Whoa. And again, you wanna make sure that you don't over brown the onions. You want to use a low flame. There we go. And then same with the other one. Although this still needs a bit of cooking. Start to brown. Chili goes, half a chili goes in. Well, actually, Yeah, let's put half a chili goes in. And let the oil just cook out. You really want sometimes just take it off the heat if it gets too hot. This one isn't. Perfect. Rocking and rolling.
First one.
I mean, that really is it, you know. And then, really, there it goes. And then, of course, the magic of turmeric. 1, 2, I love turmeric. And coriander powder. And salt. So we kind of use organic salt and get some cutlery. Salt. And you know, this now is done, nothing more to do. Let the magic of fire do its thing and cover it and leave it for about 20 minutes. And we will come and see how that's developing. But let's move to this now. So with this I'm going to put methi seeds, which is fenugreek seeds, which I forgot to put earlier. They cook a lot faster than the cumin and coriander seeds. So I'm just going to put it in the oil and that should cook through. And you can actually smell the fenugreeks. The aroma is kind of unique, very pungent, but really sweet as well at the same time. And, oh, there you go, I can smell it now. Wow. And when you can smell, find runner beans. I'll just put them in the middle. And I'm not going to put the potatoes in just yet. I'm just going to first let that cook through the oil. Maybe 5 minutes time I'll cook that. But before I do, turmeric, coriander powder, salt, really is wonderful how vegetables, spices, how onions, how it all comes together because of fire. Finally, potatoes. I'm gonna leave that for about 20 minutes from time to time. Ensure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, and that's done now. So I'm going to cover that, and Raph, it's going to be over to you. So Raphael, talk us through the ingredients for this mint apple chutney. Go on, what's what?
Now here we have a little bit of chives.
Yep.
Half of a chili.
That's homegrown chili. Oh, this is all homegrown, isn't it? All Polstone grown.
2 small tomatoes.
Perfect.
A piece of garlic.
Homegrown garlic. Polstone ground garlic, yep.
half a one onion,
Perfect.
a few gooseberries,
Polstone ground.
a mix of spearmint and peppermint,
Yeah.
a little bit of lemon juice,
Yep. How many lemons?
one and a half.
1.5, yep.
And he has 3 apples, green cooking apples.
And when do we pick these apples?
From Polstone Garden.
When? only an hour ago. I think all of this week we picked maybe in the last hour or so. The only thing I suppose, Raphael, that's not in this fresh chutney is the lemon juice.
Yes.
Perfect. So what are you going to do next?
Now I put everything in the blender
Yep.
and let the magic happen.
Let the magic happen. Okay, great. your Yep. You're going to maybe half of that. Maybe half of that. Yep, and some salt. Right behind you. So a teaspoon of salt. Yep, that's fine. Yep, that's good. And we're done. So whiz that together, and we're done. That's your chutney. How simple was that? And that's gonna, I know it smells lovely. So what's next, Raphael?
Now I put the rest of the ingredients of peppermint and spearmint.
Peppermint or mint? No, mint. Pure, just garden mint. Yeah, not peppermint. Garden mint, isn't it? I find spearmint and peppermint just doesn't work. You just want to have garden mint. That does. Chilies, yay!
Chilies. Garlic.
Yeah. What's that expression, Vivi, you call when something is, when it's tongue tasting good? Chumka. Chutpata. That's what you want, chutpata. You taste it and you go, it's got that tanginess, but it's just beautiful, and that's what we want from this chutney.
Onions.
Onions.
Gooseberry. And chives.
And this is what it looks like when it's done. We haven't tasted it yet. Shall we give it a bit of a taste, Raphael? Why don't you have a bit of a taste on that? Let me know what you think.
Amazing.
Is it amazing? My gosh. Okay, how can I not try some? Let me just try some as well. Fresh, spicy. Well, wow. This is going to work so well with what we're cooking at the moment. It really is, So, my God, that's lovely. My father-in-law would love this chutney. He's from the hills of Himalayas, and he'll think this is homemade from the Himalayas itself, but grown where?
At the garden.
In Polstone Garden. Great. So my roller beans, my potatoes are cooking really fast, no doubt. It's because we've just picked them, but smelling lovely. It's all coming together now, and I wish you could be here to smell the aromas of all this coming together. You can see now the sauce. If you come closer, Raphael, you can see the sauce now is coming together. Actually, that. What are you doing today?
I'm making the honey and olive oil dressing for the figs.
So how are you making the figs? So I can see the figs here. So what are we doing the figs?
So I'm going to grill them.
Yep.
On a high heat, and I'm going to toss them in the olive oil and honey dressing and add it to some salad leaves and some feta.
Well, isn't the colouring of this amazing? So so Raphael, if you look at the figs itself, you can see the colouring of the figs. It's dark purple, then you have kind of a red, then you have a pink, and eventually at the heart of it, you've got white. That's just lovely, isn't it? And then the beetroot. We've got to go with the beetroot. That done.
Oh, I thought we were having a fresh grated.
Oh, we're going to grate it. Sorry, we're going to grate the beetroot. That's going to be fresh. So Vivi's going to show us how she's going to do that. And then what we can do with some of these.
I'm going to have some serve those separately.
Okay, great. So I forgot to put the kale in. So what I did was halfway through the cook, put the kale in. That's okay because the kale really does cook a lot faster than all the other ingredients, but that's done. So how does that look, Mish?
That looks good.
That looks really good, isn't
Really
it?
good.
And then I love this dish, I do love this dish. Almost done now, maybe another 5 minutes worth of cooking. But you can see, and that's how you want, that's the kind of consistency you want. Another 5 minutes to make sure that it has cooked through completely. And that's done. So it's done. The rice is done. And the ghee, you can see now, the frothiness is gone. A lot of the sediments that are at the top now are now beginning to fall to the bottom. And we have the oven. A lot going on.
One, the first day I started here, it was right at the end of it.
Mulberries are amazing, I mean, they really are. You got good. The clarified butter, the ghee, it's done now. It's so all we did was we got some organic unsalted butter, and we on a very low flame we heated it for about 40 minutes to an hour. I mean, all the sediments have fallen down to the bottom. You just kind of use a sieve and you sieve that through, and then you have this sun-like, nutty smelling, really lovely smelling, very sweet clarified ghee. Look forward to using that, both cooking and also we're going to use it for oven tomorrow. Yay! So, hey, this is of course, the Polstone shop. Hasn't seen a customer since March, although I've nibbled away at most of the chocolate. Yeah, hi Ganesh. And then of course, this is our dining area. Hi Nishi. Hi Raf. Hi Gorsh. Hi. Very quiet, but look, here we go. This is all the food that we've cooked from the garden. So figs, salad greens from the garden and feta, tomatoes, chili from the garden, apple mint chutney, again all from the garden, beetroot. We just shred the beetroot. The chapatis made by Divya and of course yours truly, Nishchal. We've got the runner beans, kale, potatoes, the overgrown courgette, stroke marrow, and of course rice, beautifully laid out by Raf with some lovely looking flowers. And that's going to be our meal today. And guys, you look really hungry.
Yeah,
And this is what it all looks like. Hi guys, how are you feeling?
really hungry.
Are you looking forward to that, Nish?
Yeah, very much.
Divya?
Yeah, thank you for cooking.
Yeah, thanks Raf.
Thank you.
And yeah, so Gorsh, can you just take it to Raf and Raj?
Oh yeah. So,
Go on.
hang on, so what were your thoughts on the cooking today, guys?
What do you mean?
What was your favourite thing to cook? Talk us through it a little bit.
My favourite thing was to cook with Raf. And Raf, was your favourite thing to like?
It's such a great joy to get everything from the garden and suddenly it's on your plate. It's amazing. You can feel the energy just going inside you.
And I think that's our prayer for the food.
Prayer.
Perfect prayer for this food. Thanks, Raf.
you.
Thanks everybody
Thanks, guys.
for helping out. Thank you.